I think I had two books that I really enjoyed writing. One was this one, probably because it began as I'd moved to Miami, so it was sort of like discovery, self-discovery, and this great way of learning where I was. So it sort of made it, you're wandering around the city, going to neighborhoods that people who've lived here for 20 years don't never bothered going to, and talking to, hearing voices from every corner, which is fantastic and a lot of fun for me. I also had a lot of fun writing my first ever book, which was a novel based around a family member, a sort of disgraceful family member who was a pirate in the 18th century Caribbean, and the British being some of the most obsessive record keepers, I could still find his trial from 1724. So to sort of read through with where there's actually dialogue, taken by the court clerk, almost 300 years ago, was felt sort of like a staggering leap. And then the other fun thing I did for that book was I'd signed myself up to be a sailor on a replica ship in the Caribbean. So I was wandering around pretending I was in the 18th century for a while. And it was, it's a lot of fun. The problem with what I do and what all writers do is sooner or later you are stuck within four walls, and you're only got your own brain to battle with, and that can be dry, it can be frustrating, and I think anyone who's written a manuscript of 300 or 400 pages knows how unwieldy that can be. And as soon as someone has one great idea for you, after you think you're coming towards the end, it can unravel in the most horrendous way, and then you try and paste it back together and nothing's working, and it's just this jigsaw gone wrong with missing pieces, and it can be terribly frustrating work. So the fun is always in the research. The fun is in the people you get to meet and sit down with. And for me, with this book, with The Year of Dangerous Days, to sit down with sort of 75 odd Miamians who were there during all these huge crises in 1980, and talking through how they dealt with these crises, or whether they even thought of them as crises, because of course when you're in the middle of a hurricane, you're just thinking about the next day. I think that was an immense amount of fun, because I think a lot of these voices that, even since I've done these interviews, and which began for me about 6 years ago, I would say 20% of those interviews are already no longer with us. So, flash forward another 10 years, I don't know who's going to be left.